So tell us about your private members bill.
So essentially, presently, female and female partners could become parents, but only the female that carried the child would be a mother. So the second female parent wouldn't be the legal parent, and that's just not an acceptable situation. And on the other side of the fence, you male partners, they would need to use a surrogacy arrangement. But to apply for a parental order and become the child's legal parents, only heterosexual married couples can actually do that. There are also sort of a number of other issues that would be covered by this piece of legislation to try and tidy up the situation that currently exists at the moment with registration. Heterosexual couples, for example, at the moment, the father would need to be present at the registration of a birth in order to be registered as the child's father. Whereas a mother would automatically be considered a parent and a signatory to that birth certificate.
And sort of tidying up legislation, really, because this has been in England and Wales for a long time now.
Oh yeah, it's been in England and Wales since 2008, so that's 14 years. It's been in England and Wales for a long time, but only on the Isle of Man. It was highlighted as an issue in 2014 with a female same-sex couple that highlighted the issue, and they said, like, look, please, this isn't right. We're in a different era now. Let's look to change it. The Equality Act has obviously done an awful lot to sort of change the landscape on the Isle of Man in a number of different areas and provide that degree of equality. But, obviously that's been then promoted by people like Jane Paul Wilson as the equality champion, Dawn Kinnish as the equality advisor. So this is just kind of like part of all of that mix and that tidy up exercise, basically, to give everybody the rights that they deserve and they should have had anyway.
Just finally, why is it a private members bill? Why is it not coming through the Parliament?
That's a good question. So there are a lot of very, very, very important pieces of legislation that currently sat on the Department of Health and Social Care legislation agenda, which is where this sat. They are all incredibly important, as well as this being incredibly important. So this ended up kind of like falling down the list ever so slightly because it wasn't as critical an issue to deal with as some of the others. So essentially, I looked at it, I thought this can be done in a quicker fashion than a few years down the line. Let's get it out, I'll take it out and let's move it forward as a private members bill. A lot of the policy is already been worked out by a policy officer that sat between the Department of Health and Social Care and Cabinet Office. So it's, I'm not going to take credit for something that isn't in altogether my work. It is the work of an awful lot of people that's kind of come together that's it's prompted this. Sorry for stuttering, but
now it's gone through electrical unanimously today.
Yeah.
What's the next step?
Yeah. So essentially it's sort of drafting. So the drafting instructions need to be worked up. A bit of targeted consultation now needs to take place. And then following that, I am looking to take the bill out to public consultation and get the public's temperature on this, because I think that all views should be collated and should be considered. And then from that point onwards, hopefully we might find ourselves with a draft that we can then progress and we might see in the branches.
So, thank you.
Thank you very much.